Welcome back. We will be going over support and resistance. The concepts of trading level support and resistance are undoubtedly two of the most highly discussed attributes of technical analysis. Part of analyzing chart patterns, these terms are used by traders to prefer to price levels on charts that trend to act as barriers, preventing the price of an asset from getting pushed in a certain direction. At first, the explanation and idea behind identifying these levels seem easy, but as you'll find out, support and resistance can come in various forms, and the concept is more difficult to master than it first appears. Key takeaways. Technical analysis use support and resistance levels to identify price points on a chart where the probabilities favor a pause or reversal of a prevailing trend. Support occurs where a downtrend is expected to pause due to a concentration of demand. Resistance occurs when an uptrend is expected to pause temporarily due to a concentration of supply. Market psychology plays a major role as traders and investors remember the past and react to changing conditions to anticipate future market movements. Support and resistance areas can be identified on charts using trend lines and moving averages. Alright? So what's a support? Support or support level refers to the price level that an asset does not fall below for a period of time. An asset's support level is created by buyers entering the market when the asset dips to a lower price. In technical analysis, the simple support level can be charted by drawing a line along the lowest lows for the time period being considered. The support line can be flat or slanted, up or down, with the overall price trend. Other technical indicators and charting techniques can be used to identify more advanced versions of support. Okay, so what's resistance then? So resistance or resistance level is the price at which the price of an asset meets pressure on its way up by the emergence of a growing number of sellers who wish to sell at that price. Resistance levels can be short-lived if new information comes to light that changes the overall market attitude towards the asset, or they can be long-lasting. In terms of technical analysis, the simple resistance level can be charted by drawing a line along the highest highs for the time period being considered. Resistance can be contrasted with support. So depending on price action, this line can be flat or slanted. There are, however, more advanced ways to identify resistance incorporating bands, trend lines, and moving averages. Right. So let me give you a visual preview. So I'll be using EG on the 4 hour. The 4 hour trend lines are quite powerful. Are powerful, not quite, but yeah, the 4 hour trend lines are powerful. Support and resistance levels as well. And we're all used to the candles, right? And it may be hard to find support and resistance on the candles. Some may differ. It's difficult to see. So we're going to start off with the lines. Go down to the line, and then we can see it a lot more clearer here. The closing price. You don't have all the wicks in the way, but it cuts out a lot of noise. right? And we want to be looking for support and resistance both together. So we'll get our line tool, and we can see straight away right here, this is support and resistance, right? Because price broke here and acted as a support. Price broke through here, acted as a resistance, right? Same over here, it's repeated itself. Broke through, support, come back down, come back up, support, resistance. If I change it back to the candlesticks, you'll start seeing wicks here. See, wick, wicks, wicks. You see, with the lines, right? They're not going to be 100% accurate because it's a zone. So price can come up here, price can come down here. You're looking at this as a zone, right? As a zone, yeah. You're never going to be 100% on the line. So what we do is we try our best to get as accurate as possible, but bear in mind that you're going to have it as a zone, okay? And with psychological support as well and resistance, you want to start putting in zeros. So this is where traders, or the big boys, they enter into the levels at whole numbers. They don't enter at like 78 or 64. They enter at whole numbers. So that's a psychological line itself there as well. You'll see it in the quarter points. But if we can start incorporating these into our support and resistance ourselves, it'll be a bit more effective. Yeah, like I said, these are zones. So any of this, so even if you just go up like to 900, it'll be a bit too high up, but yeah, you want to be looking at whole numbers. We could even went up to 100 like that, but just for example purposes, we'll leave it as that. And yeah, you could if you want to do the support and resistance, then that's up to you. But I usually like doing support and resistance both together. So if it's got a support and a resistance, this is my preferred method on the 4 hour. There you go, I've one right here. Candlesticks. Right up below. And again. Oh yeah, look at this. I didn't even try on that. So there again, that'll probably be a strong level right there, a strong zone. Right? So as you can see, got a strong zone there, strong zone here. The price broke up, couldn't go any further, come back down, retested it, went back down. So if you took the trade here at this retest, 60 pips, nice. Come back up, retested it, come back up. You see, always this support and resistance always get tested. And this is a nice little lovely zone as well. Look at this, every single time it's being tested. So this is a nice psychological area as well. Beautiful. Okay, so that's your horizontal support and resistance. You don't want to go crazy by putting in lines at every single angle. You end up having all these lines everywhere and you end up getting confused. So pick out the ones that look more important, right? Where there's a lot more action going on. Trying to think. So yeah, if we go down to drop down to the 1 hour and we're trading it on a 1 hour, we can use these as well. Yeah, if you really want to put on the 1 hour, you put a few on the 1 hour as well, but it's unnecessary because you have the 4 hour there, and the 4 hours are more stronger, right? And then we're gonna have our trend lines. So this will be a strong trend line. You don't have to put it on these itself. If you like putting it, I'll put the first ones down here, and I'll push it up as high as I can, but without cutting into the body. Yeah, you can't cut into the body, but you can cut into the wick. There you go, trend line break, come back up. We tested this level, come back down. We could consider that a wedge at one point as well, because you had the horizontal and the trend line. That would have been a nice little wedge, broke out, and God knows where prices are going to go now. Even here as well. Again, another support and resistance. You want to get as close as you can, because you want to get in as much as you can as well. Not really much going on. Let's just come back down. Let's hit this. Come back down. Yeah. It's the same with EMAs. EMA, double EMA. This can be active as support and resistance as well. EMA, triple. We put on. Oh, I'm doing myself in. EMA. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this can be as your support and resistance. So you got 200. I don't really 20, but the 50 and the 200. These are your dynamic support and resistance as well, especially the 200. You see how it's come down here? We've rejected. Come down and rejected the zone as well. It hit this. So this can be your backup as well. So again, this is active confluence for this as long as you have so much. Maybe we had trend line break right here. Right, trend line, sorry. Yeah, the more that you have, the better, right? Because right, we've got. Let me just sort this out a little bit. So we have. See this? We've come back down. We've got this level here, right? This support and resistance. We've got this 200 right here. Yeah, it's broke the 50, and it's hit this 200, and we've got the trend line break. Yeah, so for that to break, that's got to break this level. It's got to break this trend line, and it's got to break this 200. So in anyone's right mind, you'd be looking for a buy. My bad. A buy. Rejection straight off here. And you could have bought a buy past 200. All the way up. Lovely. Yeah, the more that you put together with your support and resistance, because support and resistance is very important. Yeah, the more that you put together, the more that you can build up an area, right, of like your barrier. But this is a barrier, this is a barrier, this is a barrier. And the 50 brought the 50 as well. And you could even take the retest on this 50 right up. Yeah. No, still 100 pips. Can't go wrong. So that's support and resistance. So that's how you're going to get support and resistance, and how you use support and resistance. Okay. If there's any questions, comment down below. But as always, like, subscribe to the channel. There's always more content coming out. I'm here. I'm doing it free for you guys as well. Um, so yeah, if there's anything that you want me to go over, comment down below as well, and we'll get it going on. All right, stay locked.